Hi, and welcome to the Quinnipiac Launchpad competition. I'm Dave Tomczyk.
And I'm John Hood.
And we wanted to welcome you to this incredible opportunity. Today we have 8 teams who are going to be competing over the span of the night. Before our panel of judges here, they are going to have a limited amount of time to showcase the incredible businesses that they've been building over the span of the semester. But first, I'd like to invite our Dean of the School of Business, Holly Rader, to come up and speak.
Other females in front of me and pretending like I'm not in the background picture.
Yes. Blah, blah, blah.
They're nervous. Come back on.
Love that.
Over the past 14 weeks, our students have been building this competition. They started off the first 2 weeks pitching their ideas or their skill sets to one another to form teams. Once they form teams, they then start building their granular decks. The granular decks are business plans, PowerPoint versions of business plans that are then judged by a first round group of judges. The first 6 teams you see present here tonight, they pass through the first round. The second 2 teams will compete in our 11th hour runner-up competition later on in the evening. And I'll pass it back to Dave to explain the rules.
So tonight our teams have a very strict time limit. They only have 7 minutes, which will be strictly enforced. Will be cut off if they try to go even a second over. After that, our panel of judges will have 3 minutes in order to ask questions. The teams will have 1 more minute for audience questions, which we invite our audience to submit questions throughout the entire night. And also, don't forget, during the 11th hour competition, you'll get to ask questions then too. Next up, though, let's get ready and give a warm welcome for Highlight.
Okay, so we have to talk about prizes.
Oh.
That's the only thing. So.
Do we talk about prizes up front?
Yeah. So right after you go through the competition.
I am sorry. That is the important thing. Yes.
Yes.
So actually pointing to this. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, so when you went over, I switched to this slide, and then after you go here,
I did not realize that we had degrees of freedom.
We've been practicing with them.
Okay, so let me try this again.
Okay,
so tonight our teams will be are under strict time constraints. So as you can see, our teams have 7 minutes to present the entirety of their idea. That's not much time. Afterwards, our judges will have 3 minutes to ask questions. The teams will do their best to come up with the best answers possible. And then we will have 1 minute for audience Q&A. You as the audience get to give questions that we'll be reading throughout the entire night. After that, all of the team members, in addition to that, all of the team members on a team must present, but they do not have to present equally. Whatever works best for presenting their idea and conveying it forward. Finally, the judges will step away after the first 6 teams have presented. They will deliberate for 20 minutes. During that time, we will have the 11th hour competition. So definitely hang around because you will have a role in voting for who wins the 11th hour. After the 20 minutes, our judges will come back and we will announce our prizes. Speaking of our prizes, the grand prize tonight is $3,000. We also have for second and third places, $2,000, $1,000, but all the way down to 6th place, there is money. Moreover, for the 11th hour competition that you will get to vote on, there is a prize for whoever wins your vote. And on top of that, at the very end, you will be voting on who overall, across all 8 teams, won your heart. And that team gets an extra $1,000. So, without further ado, should I introduce our panel of judges at this point?
Yes.
Yes. So without further ado, let me introduce our illustrious panel of judges. We have our esteemed president of the university, President Julie Olian. We have the dean of the School of Business, Holly Rader. Perennial favorite, Rich Hanley, who has been with this competition since its very beginning, 12 years ago. Professor of Journalism and Director of Academic Liaison. We have Oscar Gins, who is an alumni, entrepreneur, and alumni of the class of 2017, and entrepreneur. And who's our last person?
Why am I blanking? You said Holly?
Yes, Judy, Holly.
Bill Platt.
Bill Platt. We have Bill Platt, a board of trustees member. So thanks to our awesome panel of judges who have a lot of years of experience, not only being entrepreneurs and business people, but also judging these competitions. And without further ado, let's start out with our first team tonight, Highlight. Okay.
Then we'll step off.
Imagine you get your hands on a 1952 Topps Mickey Mantle baseball card. You look online to see how much the card's going for and see that the last sale went for $2,880,000. You bring your card to the Sleeping Giant card shop to see how much you could possibly get for this card, knowing you're not going to accept any less than $1.5 million. But when you get there, you're met with a far smaller amount than intended. Those millions are down the drain and you were handed only a few $1,000s. So what went wrong? This brings us into our first problem with traditional sports collectibles, which is that they are damaged very easily. The cards are made out of paper, and damage to these cards causes a significant decrease in the card's value. If you see the card on the left here, it demonstrates a card that is graded 9 out of 10. The card on the right that you brought is only graded a 1 out of 10. Now, just a few scratches and the small amount of discoloration of the card brought the card's value down a whopping 99.87%. This leads us into our next problem, fakes and counterfeit items. You're lucky that this card was even authentic in the first place, because according to a stunning statistic from the FBI, a whopping 70% of all signed sports memorabilia is fraudulent. So how do we solve these problems? We came up with a way to digitize collectibles. These are our cards. They're each unique and one of one. They envision imaginative and immersive designs that are meant to create meaningful relationships between both the fans and the players alike. Our athletes are our #1 priority. This is why our contract details that the athletes make 25% of sales of their NFT, as well as an additional 25% of all of the secondary transactions of their NFT.
So let's talk about the technology. NFTs are verified digital assets that live on a system that uses blockchain technology. They're units of data that can be, but are not limited to, pictures, videos, movies.
Thank you. Oh, practice going this way.
So we go this way.
No, wait here.
Oh, wait here?
Okay, so we'll have audience questions. Okay, there's no audience questions. Thank you, Highlight.
Thank you.
And now we'll bring our next team up, Baked by Jess.
And being recorded for posterity and everything. It's going to be awesome.
How's it going? Good to see you. Good to see you.
Boom, boom. Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? Oh my God.
Hello, 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 hello. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Are
No.
these things on? Are these things on? Are these things on?
Hello? Oh my God.
Hello?
That was mortifying. Okay.
What? Not really.
Okay. All right. As the holiday season approaches, we're reminded about the chaos that's about to ensue in our kitchen. And if your family is anything like mine, our dessert table is out of control. However, after all said and done, you walk back into your kitchen and you realize there's egg all over the floor, cake batter on the dog, and flour in places you could not even imagine. Hi, I'm Jess,
And I'm Sam.
and I'm the chef and CEO of Baked by Jess. We offer pre-measured, pre-mixed dessert recipe jars that are shipped right to your door. These dessert jars, like the one in front of you, include the dry mix perfectly scaled out to the ingredients and needs of the recipe of your choosing. In addition to that, it also comes with a baking guide that offers not only the written but the visual components of the step-by-step that helps you bake these to perfection every single time. Our system is set up in a 3-tiered structure: our beginning, mid-level, and master chef. Our beginning level are our easiest recipes, like cookies and brownies. As you get higher into the mid-level, they get a little more complex, like tarts and bars. And then finally, our most difficult ones, the confectionaries, include the donut bread pudding and macaroons. These recipes also include alternatives if you have any dietary restrictions or preferences, by using coconut oil instead of butter or gluten-free flour instead of regular flour. In addition to our standard product line, we also offer a THC and CBD product line. Now, these recipes are not infused with any THC or CBD. However, as a culinary grad, I'm very familiar with how precision is important in recipes. If you adjust the sugar, you also have to be worried about your flour and your eggs. By creating these recipes myself, I was able to adjust these flavors to conceal that bitter, earthy taste you get when infusing your desserts with these two products. Now, in the last 11 years, the CBD market has grown by $3.5 billion and $22 million for THC. This number is only expected to increase as more legalizations happen and these two products become more normalized in everyday society. Since the start of the pandemic, 48% more people have been baking at home. This gives us an awesome opportunity to meet this market and offer them a product that helps them be more efficient and have more fun with their family, so they're able to make memories and enjoy delicious desserts.
So a large percentage of these people are going to be families who are trying to do inspire.
Interrupt you guys. Pretend that you finished. Huzzahs. Thank you, judges, for your Q&A. Here's a random question from the audience. Thank you, guys.
One question. Do
Yes.
we both have clickers?
No, only one clicker.
But I
Should
know
we
when
hand
you,
it off? Or?
No, I know when you go.
Yeah, you got it. Cool.
Okay.
All right, let me put these back in the box.
Oh yeah, grab all that stuff. Yes. Yeah, but they, yes. Okay. Next up, we have campus cars.
So bad. We got the other one. Ooh, that was one. Do we go?
The other weekend, I was going out to New Haven. I had just handed in the biggest assignment of the semester, and I was so excited. Should we just stop there? Is that good? Is that good? Just keep going? Okay. All right, we'll go to your slide, Jess, so you can talk too.
So we have identified 3 main problem areas in the ride-sharing industry. When we talk about safety being a problem, we refer to cases like Tess's, and in some more serious cases, like the sexual assault charges made against Uber and the recent break-ins at Quinnipiac. In addition to this, surge charges can cause real concern for safety. Oh, I think he's going to Should we just, good?
And we'll finish.
Keep going. Okay. Lastly, and ride-sharing services are causing severe harm on our environment by causing cars to idle for far longer than they should be.
Yeah, we're good.
Thank you, Campus Cars. We have an audience. Do you plan on continuing this after class?
Yes, we do.
Okay. And that's all the questions we have. Thank you, Campus Cars. Next, we'll bring on Approaching Me.
Do we start now? Gotcha.
Is the mic on? Oh.
Yeah, it's on. There we go. Hi, we're Approaching Me. We're subtle, stylish, anime-themed clothing made by nerds for nerds.
Hello, my name is Kevin Carbonell. I'm the co-executive of Approaching Me.
And I'm Tomas Rodina. I'm the CEO and founder of Approaching Me, but more importantly, I'm a nerd who is frankly fed up with the obnoxious and frankly sometimes ugly design aesthetic of anime-themed clothing and the lack of its sizing in my options. I mean, look at these examples. Up here, we've got this Jujutsu Kaisen t-shirt over here. That's one of the most popular action anime out right now. From that shirt, I seriously doubt you'd get that. In addition, look at something like this. I mean, doesn't look too exactly stylish, you know, not something I really want to wear to a business casual event. And that's what we here at Approaching Me are here to solve. Our product's intent is to take the loud and socially questionable design of anime-themed shirts and make them simple, stylish, that's a bit of a thing we gotta be careful of. Design aesthetic like this. Then we do proof of concept, my name, my logo, copyright, blah, 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 section 17, subsection 107, blah, blah, blah. Kevin, go.
Absolutely, Tomas.
Run through your whole thing.
Okay, absolutely, Tomas. Merchandising is an estimated 1/3 of the global anime market. As of 2020, the global anime market size was $23.6 billion and is estimated to reach $48 billion by the year 2030. Our main competitors at Approaching Me are Shark Robot and Hot Topic. Hot Topic is a retail chain with 675 stores located across America, and they sell anime merchandise both online and in store. However, one of the main problems with Hot Topic is their obnoxious design aesthetic that we described as one of the main problems with anime merchandise. Our other main competitor, Shark Robot, specializes in manufacturing anime influencer merchandise. At first, we did not view Shark Robot as a main competitor, but after further evaluation, we decided to note them down as a potential source of competition.
Now, in terms of actually what our customers are going to get, how are our customers going? We're going to be doing a weekly drop method where at the beginning of the month, customers will be able to place orders on our Shopify website. We will then aggregate those orders and give them to Intrepid Sourcing, our manufacturing company. Following that, they handle the making sure the designs look right on the clothes, quality assurance, and actually getting materials sourced and manufactured, and the logistics of sending it to us, the buyer, basically. At that point, we just send it out.
Okay.
You good?
I'm going to interrupt as though the judges have.
Yeah, that's fine.
Here's a random audience question. Thank you guys very much.
Here's a random answer. Thank you.
Yep. There we go. And next up, we have Utopia. Yep. All of you guys go that way. You can be wherever. That camera is aimed at elsewhere. It's totally fine.
You're on the rug. You're good.
Yes.
Okay. Do I click out of these slides?
Yeah, just fast forward through and then get to. Yep.
Oh, that light is in my eyes.
It's only for a little bit, so go ahead.
Hi, my name is Tahia Badin,
And I'm Siobhan Chin.
and we are the developers of Itopia. I'd like to take a moment to ask you to imagine that you're about to take a trip to a new and unfamiliar destination. You're trying to figure out what to do while you're there. What are the hottest restaurants to eat at? What cafes open the earliest? What bars close the latest? What's the coolest art gallery, the closest museum, and so much more. Before you know it, your activity itinerary looks something like this. A Word doc that's clunky, hard to follow, and that took you hours to create. We noticed a problem in activity planning. It's a lengthy, demanding process that's difficult to coordinate amongst multiple people. It leaves you with no time to make a truly dynamic itinerary that's ready to suit your specific preferences, and it ultimately leads you to having unfulfilling and dissatisfying experiences. That's where Itopia comes in. Itopia is the ultimate one-stop app solution to all activity planning grievances. Itopia helps you find activities to do in particular areas, helps you plan these automatically on an itinerary that is generated by our algorithm, and allows you to share and customize those itineraries amongst multiple people, all while valuing ease and simplicity above all. We conducted 2 surveys and 35 interviews to learn more about how segments of our target market found and planned for the activity elements of their trip.
We noted that for 75% of respondents, the most stressful aspect of their entire trip planning was accounting for the activities that they were going to do in groups. And when we asked them if they would consider using an app that would address these concerns, an overwhelming 92% of them agreed to do so. Our target market is split into 3 core groups: people between the ages of 18 to 29, adults ages 30 to 54, and families that are looking to take trips in the near future, all based in America. 100 million group trips were taken in 2021, and by 2022, this number is expected to rise to 376 million.
Just random.
Da-da-da. Marketing plan.
Okay.
To start our user journey, they have to do 3 simple steps. We're going to get off stage.
Thank you. Oh, do I keep this, or?
You hit, it's perfectly fine to hand it off.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we had an audience question for Itopia. So Itopia,
We're going to give an answer.
are you guys excited to present tonight?
No.
Yes.
Okay, and that's all for Itopia. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So wait, are we supposed to go out the doors?
Either up or out the doors. Okay, our next group up and our final team to compete in the Launchpad competition, Clarify. That's right.
Imagine coming through the difficult, the stressful, and the time-consuming college admission process, but you have no one to help you. Your parents can't help you, your friends can't help you, your neighbors can't help you. No one can help you because no one's lived that experience. No one knows what you're talking about when you say about your struggles. This is something that I, as an international student, have lived through, and it's something that 250 other international students have to go through every single year. Hi, I'm Lockie.
I'm Will.
And today we're going to show you how we're going to solve this problem. Our solution? Clarify. Clarify is an app that allows for a match-based system between international students and American universities. It's a sleek, modern, and most importantly, a personable way that we will connect our students with our universities. Let me show you the layout. When you open the app, you'll be met with a 20 to 30-second video shot by a student on the campus of your choosing. I'm going to just stop there.
Where should I go by?
Just so, StudyCo is a international recruitment agency, and it's one of our competitors. What else do I need to tell you about StudyCo? They're not personable, and they cannot outreach to as many students as we can.
Fortunately for us, the global industry has been shaping over the past several years to benefit our company tremendously. As U.S. student enrollment declines in the United States, people have been looking to outside sources such as international students to fill those spots and meet their tuition quotas each year. As you can see by the orange line on the graph here, this line represents the overall share of international students as a proportion of total U.S. college students. Over the past 50 years, it's been on the rise, but in the recent years, as the third world economy has been increasing, it's been rising even higher rates.
Okay, I'm going to cut you guys off. Imagine that the judges have asked you questions. Hey, here's a question from the audience. You give a nice answer. Thank you, Clarify. That's your signal to get out. Yes. Okay, so we are about to dismiss our judges so that they can go deliberate, but for you in the audience, your time isn't done yet. We have the 11th hour competition. No, okay, we do not have any slides. So for the 11th hour competition, the rules are exactly the same as for the main competition. They will have 7 minutes strictly enforced with 3 minutes, but this time the 3 minutes are questions from you, the audience. So you guys get to ask all the questions that you want, and then at the very end, you will be determining who wins the 11th hour competition. Our very first competitor tonight is Bomboniera. Yep. Sorry. Yes, I said our first competitor tonight is Bomboniera. So.
Okay. 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 Okay.
So I'm 10 years old, and I walk into my grandma and grandpa, or nonnu and nonna in Italian, side of the house, and I walk into the kitchen, and I see my nonna standing there cooking sauce for Sunday dinner. I then see in front of me a small little wooden table with a bunch of ribbons and boxes and little glass angels for my sister's communion. My grandmother then comes over, and she says to me two things. She says, one, don't mess up any of the party favors I've already created, and two, if I wanted to help her. I then see her tie ribbons onto boxes and put little fake flowers into Jordan almond bags. Little did I know that as I was watching her my entire life, I would be carrying on her memory. Unfortunately, she passed away a little over a year ago, but I could still see her tying knots for hours on end. The patience and time she would put into these favors and the satisfaction she got from seeing people smile when getting them is exactly how I want all my customers to feel. Hi, I'm Alessia Scaturcio, and my company is Bomboniera. Bomboniera is an online luxury brand that sells customizable party favors and offers...
Cut off. Okay, thank you. We have questions, okay, and then we'll go through 3 minutes of questions. If there's no more questions, we'll say, okay, thank you very much, Bomboniera. And you can step off and you'll go that way. Oh, take all this. We're gonna have to get this off, which we won't have. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so leave it here for now and then we'll get it right after. Okay? Okay? Next up, our final competitor in the 11th hour competition, Refashion.
Do I have to do it or? Oh. It shouldn't be highlighted.
Peter, it's still the wrong one. Okay, go through it, we're refreshing. Okay, yes,
Yeah. Can I go back?
Yep.
Okay. Hello everyone, my name is Callie Purdue and I'm the CEO and founder of Refashion. So what is Refashion? Refashion is an app that promotes the buying and selling of high quality upcycled clothing and accessories with a large emphasis on fashion sustainability and education on fast fashion. So in high school, I became aware of the detrimental effects of the fashion industry, and from then on, I made it a point to incorporate sustainable fashion into my wardrobe. And now I'm proud to say that over 85 to 90% of my clothing is upcycled clothing.
Thank you, Callie.
Okay.
And Peter's going to refresh it.
Okay. Oh.
Audience, please send in your questions for Refashion. Okay. That's all the time we have for questions. Thank you, Refashion. Then I'll step over, say, okay, now audience, it's now up to you. You have the power to select who is our winner of the 11th hour competition, as well as our audience favorite. If you are here present in the building, please scan this QR code and it will take you directly to the form to vote for your 11th hour winner and your audience favorite. If you are watching live from home, please click on the link that was just posted into the chat and you will also be able to do the same. The poll will close in the next 2 minutes. Okay? Yeah, there you go. I should start backwards. Okay, the poll will close and then after that, we will then bring back our judges and all of our teams out to the stage. Okay?